All right, back again. And this is another content creator. I like this brother right here. I really do. And I agree with him probably 80% of the time, man. This video, I disagree with him on a couple of things. For the most part, I agree with it. But I just want to clear up a couple of things, man. Where he and I kind of part ways. So let's take a look.
What's good, YouTube? This video is going to be about a red flag that a guy's not about nothing. But before I do that, I want to talk about some new features on the dating app and today's sponsor, Iris Dating. Now, Iris aims to be the world's most trusted dating community and change the way that people date online by creating an integrity system that will incentivize members for being honest about themselves and transparent. They do this with the new tracks in the Iris community. Members who invest time to create jerks, F-boys, and A-holes get lower scores and risk being banned. Once enough information is gathered on the profile patterns of an individual, you'll be able to see their trust rating and be able to make an informed decision about whether or not you want to spend your precious time dealing with them. Are you
See? Now, the first thing I got is like, why would you need such a complicated situation to just try to date somebody? Obviously, you've had problems. But instead of looking at, hey, why am I attracting people that's, F-boys all the time? What's going on here? But see, this is a roundabout way of not telling somebody the truth. Anyway, let's continue.
tired of guys dropping out of the conversation after a low effort message? I know a lot of my clients are. The trust rating actually catches people who have an above average propensity not to reply to messages after being matched. It also picks up heavy filters, thirst trapping, and generic low effort profile descriptions, among other things. So if you're tired of having the same irritating experience across multiple dating apps, you might want to give Iris a try. There's nothing to lose, and it's free for the time being. Now onto
Derek Jackson-esque.
Okay, so listen. One thing that you always want to pay attention to that a lot of women don't pay attention to is a guy's pacing. What type of urgency he's moving with to explore you physically. A lot of times, women are pressured by a guy, and they don't even realize they're being pressured. Things are just being suggested to them on a consistent enough basis where they start to feel pressured as if they
agreed.
need to let this guy do something, but he's not actually saying it. Other times, guys are extremely overt in what they want, and they send pictures, unsolicited pictures, and
that is ridiculous.
Things of this nature. But a lot of times, a guy's unwillingness to invest an adequate amount of time with you through communication, through text messaging, through phone calls, or even through dates that really...
Okay. So what is the defined time? What is the defined time or the approved time? See, how much time do you have to spend with somebody before they can agree to have sex with you? That's the question. Okay, maybe we'll get that cleared up.
Reveal who he is to you is a huge red flag. I'll give you an example. A lot of y'all are watching creators on here that tell you that you got to be with a man or sleep with a man after the third date, and if you don't do that, then he's going to walk away from you and you deserve it, right?
Okay. If I'm inviting a woman out on a date, and if after 2 dates, after 3 dates, after 5 dates, if I'm the one inviting her out, and I can see if I feel that this isn't going the way I want it to go, what's wrong with me walking away? I don't understand that. Okay.
That doesn't make any damn sense. Just think about this for a minute. Let's do some simple mathematics.
Okay, brother, let's do some simple mathematics.
Okay? If a guy gives you 3 dates, right? Let's say most of you women aren't even getting to eat and drink and go to a movie.
That is a bold-faced lie. You're getting a free ride to the movie, free ride to the restaurant, a free dinner, free drinks, free everything. Free everything. So that's a lie.
You're literally just going to a bar and having a couple of drinks. That's generally what guys are doing now. Hey, you want to go have some drinks? You want to talk and have some drinks?
Why would guys invest lots of money into somebody if they're not feeling that they're getting the chemistry they're looking for? I don't understand. A woman, I don't understand. Okay, it's women's empowerment, and everybody's supposed to be equal. And how come the woman can't spend money on a date? Why not? What's the problem there? If she wants to do more things, what's the problem? Why does a guy have to invest so much money and not even know what's going to happen at the end? Why should he do that? I don't know. Oh, just because he's stupid? Oh, okay. I just agree with this young brother, man. And a lot of times he's right. And he's going to be right in some parts of this video. But I don't agree with some of the stuff that he's saying in this video. And I can look at it, man. It's just because he's young. He don't know. He haven't been through some of these experiences. He's coming from a good place. So that's why I can understand why some of these mistakes being made. Anyway, moving on.
Right? So let's say you do that 3 times with the guy. Let's say you spend $8 a drink. You get 2 drinks every time, right? So over 3 dates, this guy spends $46.
Like I said, why should this man spend $200 or $300 a date and he doesn't know where this is going? For her to say after 3 days, I don't think this is working out. He got $600-700 invested in a day. Why should he do that? Why should anybody do something like that? I wouldn't suggest a woman do that. If a woman took a guy out, she should just take him out for coffee until she find out if they got chemistry and see where he's going with it. Why should you invest? You shouldn't invest a lot of money into dating someone until you kind of got the chemistry that you guys kind of got a little chemistry going on. When you see that, then maybe you'll go further. But you're just trying to feel each other out in the beginning. Why should a man be dropping $200-300 a date? See, we're not being realistic here. We're not being realistic, or we're being biased to the woman. Like for some reason, because you got a vagina, somebody's supposed to spend tons of money to spend time with you. So now you can. Okay, well let's read the video.
$46 in drinks, and he meets up with you 3 times. In between those times, he's not calling, he's not texting, he's barely in communication unless he's about to pick you up or meet you somewhere. You've gone on 3 dates with this guy and you've talked for 2 hours. It feels like you've known him, right? So you sleep with him because you've been on how many? 3 dates. But you've really just gotten $46 in 6 hours from him. Just so you don't know a person just because you've known of them. You have to get to know a person, which means the only time you've actually gotten any...
Man, he talked to these women like they just straight stupid. Damn. He talked to them like they little kids or something.
time or investment from that guy is the 6 hours you spent in front of him having drinks that he was paying for, the $46 in total. You've literally, if you've listened to the advice of some of these other shitty ass creators, screwed a man for paying $46 and giving you 6 hours of investment. You've literally slept with a man that you've known for 6 hours because it was the 3rd date. Stop counting dates and count the time invested. Look at a man's pacing. If a man isn't trying to get to know you between dates, if he's not in communication between dates, if he's not curious about who you are unless he's standing in...
Why would he be curious? Because he got other people on the standby just like she does. Just like she got other people on standby. I mean, he ain't got time to waste. If she's, you know, if she's not having that chemistry with him, if he's not having that chemistry, he gives her 3 chances to get that chemistry kicked in. If it doesn't kick in, he's out of there. What's the problem? Why should he drop $200 or $300? You still haven't did that math that you said you was gonna do on us, brother.
In front of you. I don't give a damn if he spends $46 on drinks 3 times or he spends $300 on a nice meal 3 times.
Of course, you don't care. It ain't your money. Of course. Of course you don't care. It's not your money. It's not your goals. It's not your investments that money's not going to be going into.
Times. The only time that you've known a man is the time you've spent in front of him, especially if he's not communicating on the phone or text messaging you like he's supposed to be or like you want him to. Stop listening to people tell you how many dates it takes to sleep with a man. That doesn't even make any damn sense.
Agreed.
Because they don't know the context of those.
Agreed. I don't think it should be a set date, set amount. It should be decided by each person. Either woman, they should decide. Woman should say, "Hey, look, this. I don't think you can be my friend, or whatever," and just let the guy know, "Hey, you ain't got no chance here." And then he could step off on his own. And the same thing with the guy. Just stop calling her after, she's not, you feel like you gotten to know her enough to where you could be more intimate. She doesn't want to go there. Leave her alone. What's the problem? Why should you invest more money if she's not being intimate with you Why should you invest more money into that? In the business world, they call that throwing good money after bad. Why would you do that? Anyway, moving on. Oh, I forgot. You do that because she's got a vagina, and when there's a vagina involved, then you don't have to you don't have to use your common sense when there's a vagina around, right? Moving on.
Dates, you don't know the connection, the level of communication happening on those dates, the level of sharing or vulnerability established. It doesn't make any damn sense to say, well, I've been on 2 dates with him, I might as well give him some. Or I've been on 3 dates with him, and might as well
Give him some. What about him giving you some? How about, why are you giving me some? She ain't giving me nothing that I can't get somewhere else. That's the problem, man. You try. It's a mind f that's going on here, where he's trying to arrange a mind f because you're not giving me anything. A vagina, because you got a vagina, you giving me something? What are you giving me? I can go find another vagina, right? I can walk right out of ay, ay, ay. The market is flooded with vagina. Holy smokes.
give him some. Whores on the street are being paid more than $46 for the ass.
Holy smokes. Now he's comparing you to a whore on the street. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Slow down, young blood. Whoa, whoa. Easy. 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 These are your people on your channel. Easy. Easy.
Stop listening to these people. A lot of these people on YouTube are telling you to do stuff because they don't have to live with the consequences. A lot of these people on YouTube are trying to make you and other women, and black women especially, more usable, more user-friendly for men who don't want anything, men who they identify with, men who they relate to more.
I don't know what all of that means, but okay, we'll let that slide.
Would you get advice from a man who you wouldn't want to be with because he ain't shit, or because he's a narcissist, or because he's an asshole? Why would you let him tell you how to impress a man? He can only really tell you how to impress a man like him. Find you somebody with some character to listen to. I'm not the only
Yeah, like Derek Jackson.
one. There are a lot of guys on here that stand for something, that believe in something, and that are saying things that women need to hear. It's the difference.
Wait, no. You're saying a lot of things that they want to hear. It's not what they need to hear, brother. It's what they want to hear. They want to hear somebody saying, with the things that you're saying. But the problem is they're going to take what you're saying and they're going to go out into the field and try to apply it. And when they go out and try to apply it, it's not going to work. And they're going to say black men just don't want to date black women. And that's the problem I have with teaching that you're teaching right now. See, some of what you're saying is good. So that's where the fuzziness comes in, because some of what you're saying is good. Some of what you're saying is on point. And it's truth mixed with falsehood. And that's what makes it attractive.
Between weaponizing the truth to keep it real with people and giving them helpful advice. Sometimes there are multiple truths. Sometimes each individual carries his or her own truth. The 3-date rule is true for some people, that they won't talk to you after 3 days if they haven't slept with you. But those are people who are dating efficiently. They're not dating.
Most guys are not going to talk to you after 3 days if there's no chemistry. I mean, I don't think the average guy is not going to be like, oh, if you don't give me nothing in 3. I mean, the average guy is not like that. There's some guys like that, but the average guy is not like that. The average guy is just trying to build some chemistry, build some sexual tension, because it takes time to build sexual tension. He's trying to build that. But if he sees that there's no chemistry and the girl is not allowing that sexual tension to be built because she keeps blocking it, why am I going to go invest further money into that? It's like a friend of yours tells you to buy a stock at $10 and you see it going down and it's already down to $4 a share, and then it goes down to $3 a share and then $2. I mean, come on. Why am I going to put more money into a company that's obviously getting ready to go out of business? Anyway.
In depth. They're not trying to figure out who a person is. They're here for a good time and not a long time. So
wait a minute. Like I said, brother, it's the chemistry. I'm not trying to figure out who nobody is if there's no chemistry.
if you try to give somebody some ass after 3 days simply because somebody told you to, that's how you keep them around. You've been duped. You can't.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. And see, now that's something that you have to figure out as a woman. If you feel like you ready to do it, then do it. If you don't, then don't. I just say, to hold back sex from a guy and you really feeling it, but you think that you got to have it, hold it back a certain number of dates or whatever. I don't think that's healthy. I think you should roll with the chemistry of the person. If the chemistry, you guys got good chemistry, then let it roll. You have to go 2 dates, 3 dates, 5 dates, 10 dates, whatever. If the chemistry's there, the guy will be there, even if he has to wait. But with no chemistry, of course he's just going to try to hit it and smash. And you got to recognize as a woman whether there's chemistry there too. And if it's not, if there's no chemistry there, and you are not going to allow him to create the chemistry, and then on top of creating chemistry, build sexual tension. What are you doing? Why do you have the guy there? See, he's going to feel like he's just been toyed with. And on top of that, you want to spend $200 or $300 on per date? I'm going to give you some. Give me some what? Vagina? Really? As much vagina as out here on the street, you're going to give me some vagina. That's like going to Fort Knox and somebody trying to say they're going to give you a gold tooth. Come on. Stop.
You can't keep a man around who wasn't planning on being around, whether you sleep with him the first date, the second date, or the third date, or the fourth date, or the fifth date. If a guy planned on being around, if a guy planned on getting to know you, if a guy was really curious about you, he wouldn't be rushing that. He'd be trying to figure out how to rush getting close to you, how to find out as much as possible about you.
Like I said, young blood, nobody's going to rush into nowhere unless unless they feel like they got chemistry coming back at them. They're not going to be trying to fill nobody out. They're just going to be trying to see if there's chemistry there. See, the first thing most guys are going to do is they're going to see if they're attracted to the person. Once they're attracted to the person, then they're going to try to see if there's chemistry between them, if there's already sexual chemistry. If it's not, if it's a little bit, and usually it's a little, what the guy is going to do after that is he's going to try to build that sexual tension there, build it up to the point where one of these dates that it's going to be okay to get more intimate and build the intimacy. That's what most guys are going to do. So, but if he comes in and date 1, there's no chemistry. Date 2, there's no chemistry. He says, I'll give it one more shot. Date 3, there's no chemistry. And then she won't even allow him to build the sexual tension. No. Why am I going to invest more money into this? This is out. Thank you, but no thank you.
How to connect with you intellectually or spiritually. He's not going to be rushing sex, sending D pics and stuff like that, and pressuring.
Oh, I agree. That is way over the line. Sending pictures like that is way over the line. Unfortunately, we as men, we don't learn that until we do something stupid like that and somebody corrects us. Unfortunately, because there's no manual out here on how to be a man, how to do things. We do what we think makes sense to us. Oh, that makes sense. It's 2:00 in the morning. Let me send this girl a picture of my junk. Yeah, that's a great idea. We don't figure this out until the girl goes, hey man, what do you think? What are you doing? What are you doing? We don't even think about the girl like saying to her, this girl may be getting 3 or 4 of that. Or she may have been had some type of issue in her past, and that might be offsetting to her. Men don't even think like that until we do something and somebody sits us down and breaks that down to us.
You to give him some on the third date by increasing his level of sexual aggression each date until the third date. Stop responding to these men who don't want anything. Now listen, if you're one of those sex goddess free people who do what you want to do, that's fine. You're not the one I'm talking to. I'm talking to women who want a relationship.
Well, if you want a relationship, you have to build sexual tension. You have to. Now, very rarely, 2 people will come into a situation. They both have high sexual tension, and then they will want to. The sexual tension will drive their wanting to get to know each other. But usually, it's the reverse. They come in. There's a little sexual tension, and then, but what actually drives everything is the chemistry, the chemistry, the chemistry between the personalities. All right.
And not just a good time, not just a ride, but women who want love, real love. And a lot of times, people who don't want love, people who aren't interested in relationships, people who find no value in them, are giving advice to people who need love, who want partnership and real companionship. And they're telling them to do the same stuff that women who don't want love would do.
We out here dividing by zero. This is undefined territory, and so we cannot dispute any this what he's saying because it's not he's not defining it. So
there's a difference between being sitting freely in your sexuality and just experiencing everyone how you want to versus looking for a legitimate partnership. You cannot approach looking for a partnership in the same way you would approach having a good time with as many people as you want
agreed.
to. Those are two different goals.
Agreed.
So if you're watching these other creators, whose goals are they speaking to? Are they speaking to your goals of having a healthy relationship where you're...
See, sometimes people have different goals at different times, right? I mean, sometimes a woman is just like a guy. Sometimes you just need to get her, she just needs to get the dust knocked off of her real quick. She ain't looking for no long-term relationship. But I'm seeing that you're thinking, man, you know, most of these women look for a long-term relationship. A lot of them are not. A lot of them are just looking for, you know, somebody just dust them off real quick. It's the reality of the situation. And then at a certain point, they're looking to get in a long-term relationship. But that's a whole nother topic.
You're considered where the man doesn't have a superiority complex over you, where he believes that you're equal, your voice is equal, your thoughts and opinions are important.
There is no equal in a relationship. There's always a dominant party. It's either you or it's either going to be her. There's always going to be somebody dominant in a relationship. But here's the thing. In the relationship situation, the dominant person, if they smart, they know when to give the handlebars to somebody else and then take them back. But there's always going to be a dominant party in the relationship. It's never equal. It's never equal. You're not going to have equal. The woman is not going to go out and work 80 hours a week like a man is. She's just not going to do that. And the man's not going to have babies. So it's not going to be equal.
Where he doesn't believe just because he might make more money or make the money that somehow or another you should be powerless, you should be subordinate, you should be an employee in a relationship. Why the hell?
Nobody, see, that was a straw man. Nobody, I think the average guy, maybe some guys do feel this way, so I better not jump the gun on that. He probably, but I think you're not talking about the average guy. I think you're talking about, you know, some of these guys who get off on talking crazy to girls. They get some kind of Superman juice off of that. But I think the average guy just wants somebody who's going to be nice, who's going to be sexually attractive, and they're going to be aroused by them, and they can cook a little bit. And they're not going to give them a bunch of problems. I think that's what the average guy is looking for. If you can get that, cool. If you can be that person, and you're looking for a long-term relationship from a guy, you got it made in the shade. Now you just got to go find the type of guy you want.
Would you listen to a person who's speaking to a reality in which you don't want to live or materialize? Don't listen to people tell you that you owe a guy anything after 3 dates just because he showed up 3 times.
Agreed.
He's giving you 6 hours and $46.
Agreed.
Or 5 hours and $300. Or
Agreed.
however long it took you to drink your drinks or eat your meals or watch your movies.
Agreed.
You don't owe anybody anything. If a guy invites you on a date,
neither does a guy. I don't owe you anything. I don't have to take you on. I don't have to spend $200 on shrimps and lobsters and steak and all of that. I don't have to do that. I don't owe you anything unless I know that this is going somewhere. Why should I invest that kind of money into a person that I don't even know? There's no other situation where that makes sense except when you're dealing with somebody with a vagina. No other situation. Any other situation, nobody would give. If I was doing business with someone, I wouldn't give this person, I give them a little bit of money. They still don't get the job done. And I give them more of my money, and then they still don't get the job done. And I give them even more of my money, and they still don't get the job done. Nobody would do that. But the only place that makes sense is when you're dealing with people with vaginas. Anyway.
He invited you on that date. You don't need to pay with no butt. That don't even make sense.
Wait a minute. You know who paid? You're not paying. You don't have to pay anything. You're a participant. Either you want to participate or you're not. If you don't want to participate, don't participate. Move on. That's it. Everybody just go to neutral corners and move on. But why should I not have to spend close to $1,000 on 3 or 4 dates just to get to know somebody? That's crazy. What if I'm dating 4 people? That's $4,000. That's crazy. That is crazy. A woman can date 4 people and they spend that $4,000 on her. That's crazy. I'm not doing it. I mean, I don't see why a man, like I said, that kind of stupidity would make no sense nowhere on the planet, in the universe, except when you're dealing with people with vaginas.
Tell which of these creators actually care about the result of your lives. But who am I? I'm just some guy from the internet.
Man, if you just tell them the truth, if you tell these women the truth, man, tell them what to actually look for and how to actually build relationships, then they'll get there. But telling them that, DJ stuff, that Derek Jackson stuff, just make them feel better, I disagree. But like I said, like you said, what do I know? I'm just a guy on the internet.
I'm no expert. People call me a guru. I don't believe I'm a guru. I'm just somebody who believes in what I believe in.
Right. Wow. Okay. This is why it's so hard being a good person. Controversy sells, not morality. What's moral about what he's saying? What is moral? See, we got set difference of opinion here, because I believe it's more moral to tell the woman up front, hey, this is where I'm going with this. I just want to get in a physical situation with you, but if it turns into something else, that's fine. But that's what I'm looking for. Really, just looking for a physical friend. So she can say, oh, well, that's not what I was looking for. I'm just going to move on. Then after we get done with this, I'll just move on. No problem. See, that's what you need to be up front and tell these women the truth, man. And stop. See, y'all keep talking to these women like they're little kids. You talk to them like they're little kids, and like you getting tricked. And who's tricking you? This ain't Halloween. These ain't little kids, man. These are grown women.
I know what I know. And I know bullshit when I see it. And a lot of y'all listening to bullshit creators tell y'all stupid stuff
Agreed.
to impress fuckboys.
Agreed.
To keep a fuckboy around. What prize do you win in impressing a man who doesn't want shit from you?
I don't know what that means.
What do you get for your troubles?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What does he get for keeping you around? Let's see what he gets for keeping you around and you not having sex with him. He has to pay maybe $100 to $200 a date. Let's say you're going on 4 or 5 dates. Let's say he pays $200 a date. That's $1,000. And at the end of the 5th date, the girl says, you know what? I don't think this is going anywhere. You got $1,000 invested into this situation, and now the lady is going to tell you on the 5th and last date, the 5th date, oh, I don't think we had a chemistry. I don't think it's going to work. She got nothing invested. As soon as you drop her off, she's going to pick up the phone and call somebody else. Right? The man has everything to lose. The woman has nothing to lose. But I agree with you. You shouldn't just come in giving away the punani. That's not a good look either. But at the same time, you gotta kind of, like you said, the pacing. You gotta see, but really it's the chemistry. You gotta see if there's chemistry there. If there's no chemistry there, everybody just be upfront. Hey man, I don't think this is looking, but we could be friends. That's a nice way of telling guys you ain't never coming close to this vagina. Cool. But see, I'm different. Maybe I'm me. I'm different. Cool. I know there's much better things out in this life besides vagina. Anyway,
Whores on the street make more than $46.
holy smokes! You keep again with the horse. Holy smokes! Not a good look, young blood. Can't compare your subscribers to whores, man.
Hours of work? Oh my God.
Holy smokes! These are your subscribers, brother. Holy smokes!
To endure those dates too. Men act like if they're sitting in front of you, then they're working and you're just having a great.
They are, and you are. You eating free. You watching a free movie. You going to you drinking free. You getting out the house for free. Yeah, the man is the one trying to impress her most of the time. The man is the one trying to make the impression. The woman is just sitting back, thinking in her head, okay, she's just sizing you up in her head, saying, maybe I put this guy on the shelf. She's just trying to figure out where you're gonna fit in the rotation. That's pretty much what's happening with her. Yeah.
Great time because you're in front of him. You don't owe him anything because he sat in front of you for those 6 hours or
Agreed.
7 hours.
And
You
neither
had to
does
sit in
he.
front of him. He had to sit in front of you. You both had to endure each other.
No. But one person had to pay. One person had to pay to $200 for that lobster and steak and crabs and all that. Somebody had to pay for that. See, somebody had to pay for this. Even if it's the drinks, somebody got to pay for those drinks. Somebody got to pay for those drinks. Somebody got to come all the way up there, and one person knows for sure ain't nothing gonna happen, while the other person is led to believe that maybe something might happen, just so the accoutrements could keep flowing. It is what it is.
You don't owe him because he showed up 3 times. It
Agreed.
doesn't even make sense. The 3-day rule is stupid as hell. You be with the man
Agreed.
and you know where you're going with him and what his intentions are.
Well, not stupid, but it doesn't fit all situations. I'll say that.
With a man when he's offered you consistency and you know what to expect.
No, you should be with a man not because he's offered you consistency, because he could be consistent but he's not attractive to you, and then you're gonna go all the way down the line and then break this man's heart after he thinks something is really building between you and it's not. No, not consistency, chemistry. When the chemistry is there and you see that there's chemistry there, then on top of the chemistry, there's sexual tension. If you can see that there's sexual tension, you're sexually aroused by this man or sexually interested in the man, now you got a reason to hang around. Not just because he's being consistently taking you out. Because a man, what they call a simp, will take you out and take you out and take you out. And these nice guys will take you out and be your friend and come over and paint your nails and all that shit. And then thinking that they're racking up points. And in the end, they're not getting nowhere. And then they end up going on the job, killing everybody at the job. So no, don't do that, because you let them build up this sexual tension on their own. And they think that they built it with you, and no, they're not. If they're not building sexual tension with you, then no. If you can't see them as a sexual partner, then don't even keep going out on dates with them just because they got money to take you to nice places. This is a mistake that women make because they listen to advice like this. No, sir. And I'm willing to debate on it. I'm willing to debate you on it if you would like. No problem. Or anybody that agrees with you, I'm willing to debate them. Show me where I'm wrong. Moving on. But like I said, this young brother is always coming from a good place, so I'm not going to tell and he said a lot of things that I agree with, right? We all heard me say agreed. So he's not a stupid brother. He's just young, man. Doesn't have the experience to understand how deep this stuff goes.
Within reason from him. But we don't set expectations for strangers. Don't let these men trick you out your panties because they
trick him. How you gonna trick some? These are grown women you talking about, brother. These are grown women. They ain't no little kids. It trips me out, man, how some of you guys look at women like they just little kids. And you got to talk to them like they're little 5-year-old kids. These are grown women. A grown woman knows if she wants to have sex with somebody or not. She's a grown woman. These are grown women you're talking to. And if you're not talking to grown women, then you should separate it and say, I'm talking to you guys that's under the age of 18. But I'm assuming you're talking to grown-ups. These are grown women. Brother, a grown woman knows if she wants to have sex with somebody or not. Now, whether she's willing to play coy with you and the other content creators that's willing to say what they want to hear, that's up to y'all to go for that. But the rest of us know better. These women are grown adults. They're adults. Ain't nobody going to trick them into doing nothing. They're adults. They know whether they want to have sex with somebody. Ain't nobody, they're not, you know what I mean? You talking about these women like they super stupid. They're not. They're grown adults. They know if they want to have sex with somebody.
Showed up 3 times. Or invested between 46 and a few $100s. Just like they got the opportunity to be in front of you, you had the opportunity to be in front of them. It was a fair exchange. They decided.
No. It wasn't a fair exchange. It wasn't, because they didn't pay. It'd be a fair exchange if they paid half of the date. Then it'd be a fair exchange. See, we're not being honest here. It's not a fair exchange. Typically, the man is paying for all of the dates. Now, if the woman was paying half of the date, now it's a fair exchange. I take you to a bar, you pay for your drinks, I'll pay for my drinks. Now we got a fair exchange. We just see if we got chemistry. Cool. Me personally, I'm not a bar person. I don't think that bars is a good place to meet people that you're trying to have long-term relationships with. But some people do for some reason. I think there's much better places to go, like Starbucks or some other little coffee shops or whatever, that you can just have some coffee if you drink coffee, or just have a beverage and sit down and just talk to somebody. And just spend an hour or two talking to them and see what they're about and see if you got that chemistry and that sexual attention, and to see if they will allow you to build that sexual attention. See, you'll know if a woman wants you because she'll let you build that sexual attention. She'll let you start building it, not in a vulgar way, but in a slight way. You start building that sexual tension. She allows it, and she starts participating in it. Now you know you got some chemistry flowing. Chemistry's flowing, the sexual tension's flowing. You got something. Maybe now you can start investing more money into this situation. Anyway, what do I know?
They wanted to do that, you showed up. That's all you owe them, is to show up. If you're looking for a real relationship, if you're looking for a good time and not a long time, then I'm not talking to you. I don't want to change anybody. I just want people to get what they want. And I want people who are sexually free and moving through and fluid between each other to meet each other. And I want them to just leave people who want more.
Yeah, the problem is, brother, women are so fluid, you never know where they're at. You don't know. Well, usually they're like that when they're younger. And then as they get older, the light comes on, like in the club at 2 o'clock, like at 1:55. They start scrambling around trying to say, let me get a partner, right? Anyway, moving on.
Who need love, people who need companionship and partnership alone. I want the people who want love to meet each other, and I want people who like sex and sex alone to meet each other.
Me too, brother.
My problem is when men or women who don't want anything meet men and women who want companionship and partnership and real love, and they play with them.
We agree.
Right?
We
use
agree.
These 3-date rules, or we're both grown, or manipulation of some sort to get these people to.
Now, who's usually doing the manipulating? Who's usually doing the manipulating? It's usually the women doing the manipulating, because the women will meet a guy and she's sexually attracted to the guy, but she can see that there's no chemistry. She might have the sexual attraction, but there's no chemistry with the guy, and so she just decides, hey, what I'll do is I can make the chemistry. I'll just manipulate him into a relationship by using sex to manipulate him. That's what usually happens. A guy can't manipulate a woman into having sex. Typically, that's not how that goes.
come over to their side and act as if they're just here for a good time and not a long time as well, betraying themselves in the process. That's my problem. My problem isn't if people have sex with a lot of people. My problem isn't if you care about,
Mine is don't have sex with a lot of people. Try not to, at least.
your sanctity.
It is just not a healthy situation to be in. It is not in 2021, and especially for men. The more people you have sex with, it opens you up for false accusations, misrepresentations, and somebody can reach back 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years back and say, once you get to be a star, they can say, oh, by the way, he mishandled me. And even though it's an accusation, they shoot your whole reputation down. And all of it for a money grab, most of the time.
Of your sexuality more than another person. I don't give a crap about what people do. I just want people to stop misleading each other to get what they want.
Yes, sir, brother. And I think you're misleading them. I think, and I know it's not on purpose, because I can see you a good-hearted brother. So I know it's not on purpose, but it's just that you just don't have no knowledge of some of these arenas that you're talking from, and you leading people to the slaughter. So. But anyway, brother, I hope you pick up, pick up some more information, and you kind of see some of the stuff that you were saying was just way off.
Male and female. So anyway, that's all I got for now. That's my little rant. Follow me at KFIC24 on Instagram. I'll get with y'all later.
Okay. So, now, that was it. That was brother's little rant, and that was brother's little rant. So, and I feel like he's coming from a good place, man. He's a good dude. He's trying to tell people to help him, to try to help the women. I just think he stepped outside of the circumference of his knowledge, and then he was just talking from his feelings. See, so you can talk from your knowledge, and then you can talk from your feelings. Once you step outside of the circumference of your knowledge, then you have to talk from your feelings. Well, this is how I feel about this, but how your feelings may not always be accurate, right? Based upon the marketplace. Right. Anyway, that's the video on this, brother. I think that I agree with him. 3-date rule. There shouldn't be no rules. When you dating somebody, the only thing you should do is first thing you do is look for red flags. When you go on a date with somebody, you look for red flags. That's the first thing. Red flags. What are red flags? Red flags are situations that's going to be a problem if you get into a long-term relationship. Even a short-term relationship, red flags are going to be a problem. Husband being separated because you still got a husband. Court dates. Restraining orders. High mileage attitude. Little tiny baby children. I'm talking about children under the age of 10. Typically gonna be a problem. So you're gonna have to be a special kind of guy to deal with that. You just gotta look for red flags. Finances out of order, unclean home, poor hygiene. Just simple things, red flags. Once you get past the red flags, then you can get to looking for chemistry. Once you're attractive to the person, you get past the red flags, then you look for chemistry. If you have chemistry with a person, meaning that you can talk to them, you get along with them, and it's not, you don't have to worry about, oh, this person is getting on my nerves. I'm getting on their nerves talking to them. Okay, then maybe you got some chemistry there. Now, once you got chemistry going, while you got the chemistry on the stove, while you got that pot on the stove, you put a little tiny pot on the stove with the sexual tension. Start putting a little sexual tension. Wow. I bet you would look great in a bikini or something, just to move the sexual tension along, but in a nice way, not in a vulgar way. See, a lot of you guys want to start off vulgar and just go straight in because you feel like that's good, and that may work with women out there, but in a long-term relationship, that's not what you want to have happen. You don't want to have somebody who doesn't respect herself enough to say, hey, wait a minute, man, can't come at me like that. Hold on. Yeah, I want to do something too, but you can't come at me like that. You want somebody to say, hey, this is the way, you don't know me like that yet. You know what I mean? You want that. So, because if you can come at her like that, anybody can come at her like that, right? Anyway, but what do I know? I'm just your little brother. Like I said, go to brother's site, subscribe to him, and because a lot of times he has some good information. So I just caught this, and I just said, whoa, young blood. I got to correct you a little bit here. All right, but this is still my brother, still a good brother. So subscribe to him if you down with what he's talking about, and if not, no problem. Good, you'll find somebody who you can subscribe to, maybe even me. You know what I mean? So, and support the work we're doing here. Anyway, that's it. Peace to all of y'all, and oh yeah, never be the aggressor.